a mission statement. We kind of threw up some things, and we looked at the mission statements. We worked on mission statements. We came together as a group, and we didn't solidify a mission statement. I was to take the mission statement that we all looked at and revise it. In front of you, you do have what I came up with from what the group said that they would like to see the council doing, working to make
Yes.
Okay, everyone does have that. Okay, once we get to a point where the council meets again, you all, this is not in stone, because you might decide there are some things that we want to look at and we want to do some things differently. The mission of Leland School District P16 Council is to empower students through the use of collaboration and policy formation with the necessary intellectual, social, and civic development to succeed in college, career, or military, and contribute meaningfully to the world in which they live, as well as to assist the school district in building first-rate schools that are academically sound and safe for all children through the development of policy and accountability systems so that all students are prepared to compete in our global society. That's what we said, that's what we want to, that's where we want to go. That's where we would love to go. And with that being said, I present the mission statement. Okay, next on our agenda, Reverend King will come and he'll familiarize you all who are not familiar with the district goals. Everyone should have one at their table. And I just make sure that everybody gets one, and he can come forth now.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
The goals that we've set forth for the school district are what you have right now before you. The very first one deals with the priority goal, which is student achievement. Increasing that student achievement in a realistic fashion so that all children are achieving. It is vague, it is vast, because the objectives under there are the objectives that the school will put in place. But in order for students to be achieving, it's going to encumber multiple facets. And so therefore we just leave everything generic, but we expect students to be achieving. If they're not achieving, we're going to find ourselves in a very precarious position, a position that is always being challenged, a position that is always being scrutinized. Leland School District has not had this kind of scrutiny that is now experiencing due to the achievement data. So that's priority. We expect it to happen in special education. We expect it to happen in skill courses, and we expect it to happen in content area courses. It's an arduous process. It's a lot of data analysis. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of reflection and replanning, but it has to happen. No child can be exempt. There are some behaviors that we have to work on that, in my opinion, has gotten on a slippery downcline in the Leland School District. And they're not all children behaviors. They are also adult behaviors. They're not all adult behaviors among employees, but they're also adult behaviors among parents. But they have to change if we don't do this. And those changes are for the good of increasing student achievement. We're gonna have to have everybody on deck, all hands, all ideas, going in this common vein to increase the achievement where we will become a successful school district or higher. D's and F's are not acceptable in Leland, should never become acceptable in Leland. It never was, and we got to get where it is not the norm. Culture in schools gonna have to take a turnaround principle kind of effect, that it goes back to what we remember it used to be. So in order to have this student achievement, which is our first goal, you're gonna get a little chatter, because you're gonna have to challenge children. You're gonna have to challenge parents who may not always want their children challenged. But the way we're going in the state of Mississippi in education, it's going to not be compromised. If we want what's best for these children, we're gonna have to challenge them on every level. And we know that they can do it. They are smart, they're creative, but we're gonna have to have the protocols in place that children don't run schools, adults are in charge. All of the stuff that's not an attribute in effective schools got to go out the window, not even come in the door. And so we're having to change some of this stuff. And see, one of the things, I think you'll agree with me, if you remember the past, when we were where we were, something happened over a period of time. And when you start going down over a period of time, the deeper you're in there, the longer the rope got to be to get you out of there. And it doesn't happen because now it has become a mindset with some. It has become a norm with some. You'll be amazed to how some parents, as we work on this goal, walk in this school, and they give the profanity side of their parenthood. Children hear it, adults receive it. And those kinds of things, in order to increase student achievement, you're gonna have to give some love, but it may have to be some tough love, because certain behaviors cannot happen. And of course, adults who employ can never give it back like that. We have to always stay professional. You may have to do the professional right thing, which is called the law, but you can't give them what they give you. You have to stay professional. And so these are some of the correlates that we're dealing with. Right now, we're also looking at next year, taking a group of students based on test data, and in terms of student achievement, we're pushing algebra in a hybrid sense to the middle school. Right now, we're working, and we have Mississippi Studies over there, we have geography over there, we have Spanish over there, and the more we can put at that middle school, the more we can also offset achievement plans for the high school. SREB is a course where we got to send teachers to get endorsed. Students who score 15 to 18 on the ACT will be able to get in that literacy course, in that math course, so that if they are in there with a certified teacher, get an 80 on the course when they enroll at a community college or at one of the higher education state colleges, they do not have to take remedial courses in those areas. And what we're doing now is we're paying for that, but you get no credit. And so we're working to do that. Now, here's the mindset. You cannot offer that kind of course to seniors and so forth if you don't drop the courses to the middle school. You're gonna have to have some room to offer them those courses by having them having taken the prerequisite required courses at an earlier time. And that way it frees up opportunity for you to take other courses. And so, and believe it or not, kids are doing it all over the state. Those children elsewhere, I would put Leland kids up against them anywhere. They can do algebra right at the middle school, particularly those who have the grades to show it. And you do have a cohort of kids right now. I was looking at a young man at the middle school whose reading level, he's at the middle school, but he's on the 10th grade reading level. Why is it that this kid is not given the kind of coursework that go along with his level of proficiency? And so you have to look at all of that. The second one deals with safe schools. You cannot get student achievement if schools aren't safe. One of the things that I believe can be agreed upon overall is that our schools are not as shaky in terms of safety and so forth. The elementary school, when you look at the data this year and so forth, minimum in terms of the safety issues. We've also put safety, security at the high school doors, middle school, and we're working on the elementary, and we just got some grant money to take care of that and provide more cameras and so forth. Alternative placement is down. And we family now, just keep it real. Last year, you remember, we had a lot of drug activity that rose. That's down. I'm not saying it's gone, but it's down. We're not catching it because it's not as open. But I never say it's totally gone, but we're working and chipping away at it. So those kinds of cultural pieces are all going to fit the puzzle of increasing student achievement. The third one deals with efficient and effective use of resources. It's very broad, but we're going to have to be efficient. Efficient in the sense that we look at every position in the district. Is it essential or is it non-essential? We'll talk about this at another time over in next year. But if it's not essential, it pulls away resources from children. And the reason schools exist primarily is for children. And so therefore we got